Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Dr. Nicole Edwards. I'm a board certified family medicine physician. I am the CEO and founder of Abundant Life Concierge Medicine, Abundant CMP, and Abundantly Natural, where we help veterans live their best lives and also caregivers so that they can be better equipped to handle medical issues and medical problems so that they can have whole person health, mind, body, spirit, and finances. Listen, I'm going to jump right in to what we're going to talk about today. It is National Cesarean Month, and we are going to talk about C-sections for a few moments, but I want to talk to you guys about pain in the neck. Has anybody ever had a pain in the neck? If you've had a pain in your neck, a crick in your neck where you can't move your neck all the way, where you can't turn your neck, where it hurts, y'all, it hurts, then this is the show that you want to watch today. I'm going to give you all of my tips and secrets for what I have been doing the past 48 hours. We had a whole show planned about C-sections. We're still going to talk about that for a few moments, but this is the show. I'm going to tell you guys all about what I've been doing for the past 48 hours for my neck pain and what's been going on with my neck. So if you have neck pain, if you know someone that has neck pain, if you know a veteran that has service connection for neck pain, if you know a veteran that needs to get service connection for a neck pain, if you're taking care of somebody that has neck pain and you need to know what to use for them, this is the show for you. So go ahead and click like, click share, click follow on my Dr. Nicole YouTube page. Share this video on all my social media platforms, Dr. Nicole D.O. We're going to talk about all of the products that I have been using for the last 48 hours. Okay, real quick before we get into that, like I said, thank you so much for joining me for today's session of Talk with the Doc. This is a live talk show. It goes on every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we take information about chronic medical conditions and we break them down into terms that everyday people can understand. All right, so I'm, like I said, Dr. Nicole, and I'm going to help you to understand these medical conditions. It is National Cesarean Awareness Month, and so we are bringing awareness to cesarean sections. What is a cesarean section? Now, ladies, a lot of you would probably know what a C-section is. Fellas, you might know what a C-section is too. Maybe the woman in your life has had a C-section. A cesarean section is one of the ways that we can give birth. All right, it is where your abdomen or your uterus, your lower stomach is cut, usually from hip to hip. Okay, so they make a vertical incision. A horizontal incision from hip to hip, and then they cut into your uterus, which is where the baby is held, and they deliver the baby. Cesarean sections have been around since the 1700s. The first C-section was done in 1742, I believe. First successful C-section where somebody survived. Was that 1742? I think it was 1742. Let me just make sure I'm not lying to you. Yes. And what's been going on, so the word C-section, cesarean section, actually came from Julius Caesar, the Roman, Julius Caesar. Okay, he was claimed that all women needed to give birth, if you chose, needed to be given birth through a C-section, through getting cut open. So that's where the term C-section or cesarean section came from. All right, C-sections. Now, we do know that women have been giving birth since time started, right? So that's how we bring the baby into the world. Births can happen vaginally, where you can push the baby out, or it can happen now through a C-section. The thing about C-section and why we're having to bring awareness to National C-section Month is because the rates of C-sections are rising. Now, C-sections can happen in two ways. Like I said, one way can be a horizontal incision, okay, where it goes from side to side across the bottom of the uterus. And then in some people, they have to have an up and down or a vertical incision. All right, I'm going to be honest and full transparency. I'm Dr. Nicole, and I had to have a vertical incision C-section. All right, and I'm going to explain to you why here in a few seconds. Now, a C-section, again, is the surgical operation that a baby is delivered through a cut in the front wall of the abdomen or the womb. All right. Now, why do women get C-sections? For different reasons. One, if the baby is in a feet first position, we call that breech. So baby is feet first. We don't like to deliver that vaginally. Also, if the mother has gone into premature labor, that's what happened to me. I went into, well, that's not true either. But I delivered my son at 30, was I 34 weeks? I think I was 34 weeks. Okay. So I hadn't even reached full term. So I was preterm when they had to deliver my son. So that's why I had to have a C-section. If your labor is not progressing in a normal or a healthy manner, and they have to quickly or emergently get the baby out, for example, baby's heart rate is dropping down, maybe the mother starts bleeding, maybe there's some other complications going on during a vaginal delivery or during during labor process, then they have to go in emergently and do a C-section. If there is a viral infection that we're scared or concerned that the virus might transmit to babies, in cases like herpes with an open lesion, in cases like HIV, these are times when we might want to do a C-section because it could be safer and have less transmission of the virus to the baby. Another reason is if the mother has placenta previa. So where your uterus is, at the bottom of the uterus is your cervix down here. Okay, your cervix. If your placenta is laying someplace close to the cervix, which is where the baby is gonna eventually come out, if the placenta is laying too close to that, the placenta is blood. It's the blood supply. So if the placenta is laying real close right here, we don't want baby coming through and pushing through that blood supply. It can cause bleeding or hemorrhaging, and so then the mother can bleed out. So if the placenta is too low to the bottom of the uterus at the time of delivery, we will not deliver through a vaginal delivery. We have to do a C-section just because the risk is too high. So why do we have this awareness month? We have this awareness month because we do know that the numbers have been increasing in elective or in cesarean sections in general. How many? I'm just going to throw some numbers out at you real quick. Back in 2020, 30%, almost 30%, 29% of births were taking place by cesarean section. All right. So that's almost 1 in 5 births were happening by cesarean section. And we do know that C-sections are not, it's a surgery. All right. So it's not without its possible complications. It is a surgery. I say this to say there are some people out there who elect to have a C-section. Maybe they don't want to have to push the baby out. Maybe they don't want to, maybe they want to pick a specific day that they want to have their baby. Maybe sometimes it's the doctors who, might not want to sit in labor and delivery waiting for baby to come. Okay. And so that's a really wrong reason to have a C-section. But we do know that the numbers of C-sections are going up, and it is, if it is elective, or if you can choose, we don't want you to have to choose a C-section. All right. So we are encouraging people to have natural deliveries, have natural vaginal deliveries, and even to have, if it's safe, and you've spoken with your OBGYN about it, and it's safe to have a vaginal delivery after cesarean. We call that VBAC, vaginal birth after cesarean, if it's safe for you. All right. So we want to encourage vaginal births so that we can decrease the number of C-sections if possible, if it's healthy and if it's safe. All right. And we just want to bring awareness. Now, like I said, C-section is a full surgery. And so you go under some type of anesthesia, whether that's a spinal where you're just numb from the bottom down, or sometimes if it's emergent, they have to just put you to sleep for it. All right. So it is a full surgery. You're going to have to recover from a full surgery, okay, because they got to stitch you back up. All right, so you're going to have an incision or a scar. It can be a little bit more painful because, and then depending on what type of C-section you have, like I said, I had to have a vaginal C-section, and the reason why they had to take my son early, they were concerned that his kidneys had failed while inside of me, and so they emergently had to take him to make sure that he was not, and he was open me the correct way, the horizontal reaching. He was up way up high up in my stomach. I promise you, my son used to sit right up here. All right, and like I said, because I had him at 34 weeks, he was tiny. He was only 3 pounds. So he was tucked up high. They couldn't quite reach him, so they had to extend my incision vertically, and when they did that, they had to cut me up and down. Well, what happens is that becomes then a T-shaped incision. All right, and so when you have a T-shaped incision, it makes it weaker. And so when I got pregnant again, almost 2 years later, they said that I could not have a VBAC. I could not do a vaginal birth after cesarean because that incision, that T-shaped or that vertical incision, is weaker, and that has more of a chance of rupturing or bursting, and then you can bleed out. So they rather rather that you just repeat the C-section. And that's one of the reasons why you have to talk with your doctor. And even though you might have a birth plan, even though you might have it all figured out in your head of how things are going to go, how many of you know these babies kind of do what they want to do sometimes, right? And then sometimes emergencies happen and doctors have to do what they have to do, because the best outcome, even though you might have a birth plan, the best outcome is a healthy baby and a healthy mom. Okay, healthy baby, healthy mom. That's what we're going for. So even though I didn't have the birth plan that I wanted to do an all natural birth delivery, no medications, no. I was doing hypnobirthing. I wanted to do, to labor in some water and things, but I couldn't do any of that because, I had to get the baby out. All right, and so I had to have a C-section. So I stand for all moms who understand what it's like to have a birth plan and have it changed. I sympathize with you. I understand what that means and what that does. And I also want to let you know that just because you have a C-section does not make you any less of a mom. Doesn't make you any less of a woman power fighter. And believe you me, you still had to go through. All right. So I stand with you all today. Moms who had to have C-sections when you wanted to have a vaginal birth. Now, moms who wanted to have a C-section, I stand with you as well. All right. But like I said, we want to try to decrease the number of C-sections that are elective and want people to encourage vaginal birth if possible. All right. Now, y'all see me grabbing at my neck. I guess that's my neck, my body telling me let's move on to the next topic. So if you're joining me today, I wanted to tell you again, I'm Dr. Nicole Edwards. Thank you so much for joining me with Talk with the Doc. We are on YouTube every Sunday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please click like, share, and follow. Please let your friends know about this video. And please subscribe to my channel so that you can get information about when we are doing live shows. We are sponsored by Abundantly Natural. That's my all natural health and wellness line with all natural vitamins and supplements. All right. And we're going to talk to you more about that. So I'm Dr. Nicole Edwards. And I also, not only do I have the health and wellness line, I also help veterans who are trying to get service connection. All right. And caregivers who are taking care of those veterans or of anybody who is having medical issues. So Friday, I was working hard at my computer for hours. I'm trying to get DBQs and Nexus letters completed, trying to get emails answered out, trying to get contact information for my veterans followed up on. And I was sitting aimlessly at my computer for a while. I started to get a little stiffness in my neck. All right. Then my husband and I went out to dinner Friday night, and we were in a restaurant, and there was an air conditioner right above me, and it was blowing cold air. And by the time I left the restaurant, I could barely move my neck. Oh, see, still can't hardly move, but I'm doing better today than I was yesterday. By Saturday morning, yesterday, y'all, I promise you, I could not move at all. Like, I could barely move this way. I could barely move this way. Hardly up, hardly down. I text both my chiropractors and was like, hey, I know the office is closed on the weekend, but I will pay you double, triple, whatever I need to pay you. If I can meet you somewhere and you can come and adjust my neck. Yes, I see a chiropractor because I have chronic neck problems. I actually have a herniated disc in my neck. Found that out through my chiropractor. This is not the first time that I've got a crick in my neck where I couldn't move where I couldn't move my neck. And so I've been seeing a chiropractor for a little bit of time. I encourage you to see a chiropractor because it is sometimes very necessary. Okay, so anyway, Saturday, I could barely move my neck at all. Text my chiropractor, it's like, hey, docs, can y'all get me in, please? Both of them said, we're out of town. We can't get you in. I said, oh, what I'm supposed to do? They said, well, a couple of things. They told me a couple of products that I needed to take. I went into my own Dr. Nicole D.O. .com/shop health and wellness line, Abundantly Natural, and I got some products. So I'm getting ready to show you what products I've been taking, because now look what I can do. I can turn my head. Okay. I couldn't do that yesterday. I'm still having a lot of pain turning this way. The crick in my neck is on this side. All right. And so you might even be able to see. Yeah, you can see I'm swollen right here. It's very swollen. See, I just cracked it right there. I could barely look down. I could barely look up yesterday. So what have I been doing so that I can do that today? Well, I started off with abundant pain support. All right. Abundant pain support. All right. Yes. So this is curcumin. I know you guys have heard of turmeric or curcumin. I want to let you know this is 6 times more potent than ibuprofen, Motrin, Aleve. Advil, all those things. 6 times more potent without the side effects. Without the side effects. So it doesn't mess up your stomach. It doesn't mess up your kidney function. Curcumin, all right. It also has bromelain, which is a natural anti-inflammatory. It has MSM with this methylsulfonyl methane, right? It has boswellia. It has black pepper extract. All these things, okay? Special blend that they made just for me and Abundantly Natural. Available to you on drnicoledo.com/shop. Okay, Abundant Pain Support. So I've been taking 2 of these 3 times a day. Okay, and I'm moving a lot better now. I will tell you this: if you take that much turmeric, it is going to turn your urine a little bit yellow. Okay, turmeric it's yellow. Okay, you guys have heard of curry. Okay, so when you take as much as I'm taking right now, it does turn your urine a little bit yellow. Don't be scared about that. I will tell you this too: over-the-counter versions of turmeric or curcumin probably are not going to be quite as high or as concentrated as what you can get when you order it from special. All right, so mine, you probably have to take probably almost triple the amount of what you can buy over the counter than what you can take here in the Abundantly Natural line. Okay, so Abundant Pain Support. I've been taking 2 of these 3 times a day. Boom, had some immediate relief. What else have I been taking? I have been doing some topical joint and muscle pain relief gel. All right. Okay, my husband said, "Oh, I know you must be hurting because I can smell it, right?" But it has this great kind of mentholated smell. Okay, it's great. All right, it's got camphor in it and menthol. All right, and it is good. It brings some immediate relief topically. It kind of starts off cold and then it kind of warms up. All right, so I've been using Abundant Joint and Muscle Relief Pain Relief Gel. Okay, I've been rubbing this on probably every couple of hours. Now, I tell you what some people do. They take a little bit, they open up the capsule of the Abundant Pain Support. They kind of tap this, put this onto a, they put this onto like a towel or, what do you call that? Some gauze. And then they take the pain relief gel and pump this on top of it. And they make like, almost like it's called a poultice, where you put the gel and the turmeric together. And then you put it onto the hurt area and you just kind of leave it there for a couple hours. It makes like a patch. All right. So you can do that as well. So you combine the curcumin and the camphor menthol gel together and you kind of make a patch, a topical patch to put on, and that helps. Now, I've also been using some lidocaine spray. Okay. Just some lidocaine spray. Psh, I'm going to tell you though, it's almost my menthol and camphor feels about the same. But I was just trying to double up because, y'all, I was hurting yesterday, like in tears hurting. All right, another thing that I've been using is some hemp. Yes, Dr. Nicole has a hemp oil in her Abundantly Natural line. Now, that one is not available online. So if you do wanted to get some of the hemp product, you do have to just contact me or send me an email. You can contact me through drnicoledo.com and you can send me an email and we can tell you how you can get the hemp. There is no THC in this, so this is not gonna make you come up dirty on a test. All right, but this has the soothing factors of the CBD oil or the hemp. It relaxes the muscles, it relaxes you, it calms you down, and it makes it easier to sleep. All right, and I have different. This one is a 600. Okay, hemp 600. And this one has a chocolate mint flavor, so it doesn't taste as nasty on the oil. All right, so I've been doing this. I've been doing a dropper full about twice a day. I could do it 3 times a day, but it relaxes you enough that it makes me very sleepy. So I've been doing hemp. All right. I've also been doing a topical hemp balm. Now, I don't have a topical hemp balm in my line, but again, remember how I told you can make a poultice out of Abundant Pain Support and the menthol gel? You can also take a squirt or a dropper full of the hemp and put that into. Okay, so you get your gauze pad, open up the turmeric, pour that on, do 1 or 2 pumps of the joint and muscle pain gel, and then you do a dropper full of the hemp balm. Put that onto the gauze and then put that on the area, and then you just either strap it on or tape it on. Leave that on for a couple hours. I promise y'all, you'll be feeling good. That's what I did. All right. Now, the other thing that my chiropractor texted me and told me to do was to get a TENS unit, which I do have a TENS unit. Okay. So I have my TENS unit, and I sure did hook up my TENS unit. Now you can get these over the counter. I probably need to start selling these on my, don't worry, Dr. Nicole's finna get a TENS unit that she can put on her, shop, and we're going to start selling TENS units, because I know a lot of my veterans, you guys have a lot of pain. These are worked great for areas of pain. Anyway, you hook up your TENS unit. It's not even really big. All right. You hook up the pads. I hooked up one on each side of the neck. I turned it on. You can set it how fast you want it to go, and it can go. You can set it how long you want it to go. But this program worked great for my neck. It was about a 30-minute long program, and it helped, y'all. It helped. It kind of sends these little electrical shocks, and it kind of makes the muscle kind of contract and release, and it does it in a way that it soothes the muscles. And y'all, this helped. I promise you. Between the TENS unit, and I put the topical stuff on first, let that kind of absorb in, and then once I kind of wiped that down and it kind of got off, then I put the TENS unit on, and I use that. All right. Now the other thing that I've been using, guys, is a heating pad. I have a weighted heating pad. It just has some weight to it. It also vibrates. All right. It's a vibrating weighted heating pad. Probably need to put this on my line too. Get one and put this on my line too. Y'all just wait. New products coming. Heating pad, TENS unit. We got to do everything for pain, because I want you, my veterans, and you, my caregivers, to be in less pain. So a heating pad with that vibrates. Okay. And it helps. I was laying on this for a while. All right. And then my son, the same one that was delivered through C-section 9 years ago. Y'all, 9 years ago, my baby's almost 10 years old. But he, for Mother's Day last year, got me this massaging neck unit. He said, Mommy, I know that your neck hurts a lot of times, and so I wanted to get you something for Mother's Day. So this is what he got me. And I just put this on. Oh, that's backwards. I put this on, and it massages my neck, and it has infrared. Okay, so it's a neck massager. It has infrared. And I promise you guys, look. Y'all, I can look down, I can look up, I can look side, I still have some pain. I still got to go to my chiropractor, and I have an appointment tomorrow morning. I will be there first thing when the doors open. All right. But this is how I was able to get through today, to get onto camera, to be able to do this. I promise y'all, yesterday morning, I couldn't do anything but lay there in pain. That's all I could do. So if you are in pain today, I sympathize with you. I get it. A herniated disc can cause so much problems. And a herniated disc is when the disc itself bulges out from a car accident, from trauma, from holding your head a certain way, from carrying heavy bags sometimes, from carrying too much stress. Okay, so lots of different things can cause a herniated disc in the neck. From that herniated disc, you can have pain, you can have stiffness, you can have spasms of your neck. That's what I have right now. I have spasms that are so bad. Now, all of these things that I use, they help to release those spasms, all right, so that I could get some motion. Now, I got to go see my chiropractor to get things adjusted with the vertebrae, but you can also get shooting pains. We call that radiculopathy. So I can get shooting pains down the arms, tingling in your fingertips, tingling in your hands, all right, weakness in your hands where you're not able to grip. You might not be able to twist as well because you've got the tingling, all right, weakness in the hands. If you've got any of these symptoms, weakness in the hands, tingling in the arms, in the shoulders, all the way down to the arms. It can be down the front of the arm. It can be down the back of the arm. We have different nerves in our arms, y'all. That's a median nerve. We have a radial nerve. We have an ulnar nerve. All right, so we have different nerves. So if you've got any of those symptoms, weakness in the hands, if you've got pain, if you've got stiffness in the neck, if you've got inability to move your neck, you need to go see your doctor ASAP. All right. Or I say because they can give you the medications. You can go to the chiropractor to get an adjustment. Or if you're seeing a DO, which is, I'm Dr. Nicole D.O. That's a doctor of osteopathy. I have been trained on how to do adjustments in the neck. I've been doing adjustments on my own, right? Some adjustments, doing some muscle energy, some FPR treatment, which is called functional positional release. I've been doing all of this stuff on myself, y'all. But it's easier when you have somebody do it for you. But if you're seeing a DO, they can do some of these treatments for you in the office. But I encourage you today, if you are in pain, if you're having pain in the neck, if you're having stiffness, if you're having spasms, if you're having inability to move your neck, listen, guys, sometimes even stress alone can cause some of these spasms and pain in the neck. And if you have that today, I encourage you to get treatment, okay? And believe me, I sympathize with you. I told you I was in pain. I was in tears yesterday. So I get it. I understand. And I am here for you. If you need some more guidance, if you need some more support, if you need to know, how do I even explain this to my doctors? What do I need to say? You can hit me up for a consultation. If you need to know which products to take, again, my main product, my go-to product for pain is Abundant Pain Support with curcumin, MSM, bromelain, black pepper seed extract. This is a great one. You could do this 2 to 3 times a day. The joint and muscle pain relief gel, my hemp extract oil, okay, the some lidocaine gel or lidocaine spray, all right, and then the some hemp topical hemp. And if you can't get the topical hemp, then like I said, you can make your own topical poultice, your own, all right. A TENS unit really helps. A heating pad really helps. And if you don't have a heating pad and you can't get one, you can get just a regular towel, moisten it, heat it up in your microwave, let it get a little cooler, you know, you don't want it to be too hot, and then you can use that. Moist heat actually helps, all right? I also just took a whole bunch of showers, just letting the warm heat hit on my neck as well. All right, and then a massage if you can. If you are in the area, I'm gonna give it up to big ups to Talented Touch. She is the masseuse in my practice, Abundant Life Concierge. Talented Touch. I'll put her information in the comments as well if you want to come in the office and get a massage. She is great. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for joining me today for Talk with the Doc. Like I said, it is National Cesarean Month. If you've had a C-section and you understand what that means, I stand with you. If you had to have your birth plan changed to get a C-section, I understand, and I sympathize with you, and I'm here with you. But guess what? The outcome was positive because you're still here. So healthy mom and healthy baby. That's what matters. All right, and it's also wanted to talk to you guys real quick today about pain in the neck. And a crick in the neck and a herniated disc in the neck and neck pain and what you can do for it. Thank you guys so much again for joining me for Talk with the Doc every Sunday right here on YouTube, Dr. Nicole D.O. Follow me on all social media platforms. Click like, click share, click follow. Join me next week, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back and we will see you soon. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I'm going to see my chiropractor tomorrow. You make your appointment too. Bye-bye.